Well, it's Tuesday again. Coming around.
It keeps coming around, yeah.
The last couple of weeks we've been looking at the models of Bill Campbell.
Right.
And he did these kind of caricatures. They're sort of like Rat Fink, and they were sort of within that cartoon venue of the early 1960s things, and therefore
it was kind of an era.
And Revell was doing the Rat Finks, and Hawlk Models was doing Campbell's Weird-Ohs. And the last series in that bunch were the Silly Surfers.
Oh boy!
And it was the surf era and the surf music and the Beach Boys and Gidget and the whole thing. So they had to do the Silly Surfers, and I think the Silly Surfers managed to kill the whole thing because they weren't as popular. Well, the car ones.
The car ones were probably more popular.
Leaky Boat Louie and Davy the Biker, and those were the home run.
Right.
The Beatniks not so much. The Surfers not so much. But the Hot Rodders, of course. There's
just only a few places in the United States where you can surf, and so maybe that's
why. But the whole rest of the country was hooked on surfing. We just, if only I lived in Malibu.
And that's when they invented sidewalk surfing for people here in Utah, where the lake is getting smaller.
Skateboards were originally called sidewalk surfing.
Yeah, sidewalk surfing.
Sidewalk surfers, and that first skateboard that I bought was called a sidewalk surfer.
Yeah.
It was just a piece of plywood, painted red, white letters, sidewalk surfer. It had metal roller skate wheels on it. And if you weren't careful, the thing zipped right out from it. And I don't mean because it rolled away. It's just that the slippery metal wheels on the sidewalk, zip, and it just slide right out from underneath you.
They're a wind.
They're a wind. I remember my first skateboard that had like composite wheels and stuff. I was so into sidewalk surfing. But that was the vernacular, sidewalk surfing. Anyway, this was real surfing. This is Hodad making the scene with a six-pack. Hodad making the scene with a six-pack is his character.
Hodad!
No wonder nobody bought it. They couldn't say it. It was too long. They couldn't say it.
By the time you get done saying it, the next days come around.
It comes with the Pelican. You get the Pelican and the trees, the piling for the Pelican to sit on, and the little piece of beach. You do not get the surf. There's no surfboard here. There is, however, a church key. Do you remember when they used to call those church keys?
Yeah.
Because you see, back then, if you had a beer or a soda or anything, you had to have this opener that. And if you weren't careful, it punched the hole all the way through, and then when you went to drink it, it all dribbled down the front of you.
Some people do that deliberately.
They called that thing a church key.
Yeah. I don't know why they call it a church
beer,
key. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, so it's got that. It comes with the opener, so you can open your colas.
Is it colas or? Oh, it is colas.
It is. It's colas. They wouldn't, because this is for kids. They're not going to put beer in there. It's got a clam with eyeballs. So they're kind of neat.
Yeah,
they're kind of neat.
It'd been better if it would have had the surfboard with it.
This one has a Woodie. Woodie on a Surfari.
There you go.
So it's kind of also a hot rod one, but it's a Woodie on a Surfari.
Does it come with the surfboard?
It's the same character.
Hey, look, it has a railroad lantern.
It does.
Oh, hey,
it has like a Dietz lantern.
That is, okay, railroad people. We've not lost it yet.
This is the better one. Hot Dogger's mustard jar. I don't know why it says that on his car. And this is Hot Dogger and Surf Bunny riding tandem. Well, you figure it out because that's not that, but they are riding tandem on a board.
They sure are.
But just that name.
Their dad's waiting for them on the beach.
Hot Dogger and Surf Buddy riding tandem. Groovy Gull, Krusty Krab. Krusty Krab? Isn't that out of SpongeBob?
I guess so.
Okay, well,
at least we know what happened to him.
There's where Krusty Krab comes from.
Yeah, well.
Right there.
There it is.
And boy, does this guy have a 10. This is Hot Dogger Hangin 10. So the main character here is Hot Dogger.
Hang 10.
Hang 10. And it's got Krusty Krab again.
Wow.
So he's a regular.
He's a regular.
And then here's Surf Bunny again.
Oh, hey.
Just on her beach with her
surfboard, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, Surf Bunny.
And Krusty Crustacean this time.
Oh, Krusty Crustacean.
Krusty Crustacean.
So
They
Krusty
changed
Krab
his
must
name up.
be their
so,
offspring
yeah.
or something.
And Goonie Gull.
I know a few of those Goonie Gulls.
So let's open one of these just to get a sense of the darn thing. And let's go for the one that I think is the most interesting.
Well,
which
yeah,
is
let's
that
open
first
him.
one. The one, Hodad making the scene with a 6-pack.
Yeah. Make 6-pack. I like his Hawaiian shirt. You'd have more fun painting that.
That would be the fun part, is painting the Hawaiian shirt.
How do you go about
And even
painting
though
Hawaiian
it's a kid's model, notice he's chomping on a cigar. So
maybe it's a Tootsie Roll.
things were somewhat...
It's a clarinet. He's playing a clarinet.
A licorice stick.
A licorice stick.
First, let's look at the
Oh, look at the seagull.
instructions. They weren't really into typeset and everything because notice that all of the writing for the instructions, and this was so typical of so many of these, they're just done on a typewriter.
Yep, that's all they had back then.
And then you'd run that through your
Xerox machine.
No, what were those things called? Mimeograph.
Mimeograph.
The mimeograph machine.
But it would be purple if it were mimeograph.
Well, they just, they camera-ready art straight out of the...
Yeah. That when I was in elementary school, it
Manual
was an
typewriter.
honor to do the mimeograph machine for the teacher.
Hawk models, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And if you don't want to, they've actually colored the pieces with like dark paint so that they show up better. Because they're not cast in black; they're just photographed
really?
in black.
What? Oh my gosh, they sure did.
Just, I guess, to make them photograph better.
Either that or they did him in bronze.
They bronzed him.
Yeah.
He's a bronze guy. He won the bronze medal. Okay, let's take a look at the guy himself.
Somebody had the Midas
here.
touch.
His beach is maybe the best part.
Oh, he left his...
And it says right on there, Hodad making the scene with a 6-pack. And there's Krusty Krab right there.
There he is.
There's Krusty Krab.
And that is his footprints, right?
That's his footprints.
Because I was thinking that old palm butt prints in the sand.
Well, everybody's got to sit down from time to time.
Or get dumped on their...
Yep, especially if you're a surfer. So his head is in
It's in halves.
multiple pieces. We're gonna disconnect his head pieces here and just stick them together to get a sense of that.
Oh yeah, he's got
But
his
the
nose.
hair is a separate piece, and
Oh, look at that.
the neck is a separate piece. And
He looks like one of Jeff Dunham's puppets. What the heck?
He does.
Yeah, the one that lives in the trailer.
You can kind of get a sense of the guy, even
Yeah,
though
there you
his
go.
eyeballs and everything are missing here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he has any eyeballs.
He
his
doesn't?
Bangs,
Oh, his bangs hang
his
over the whole
bangs
thing.
hang over his eyes.
Oh boy.
And then a cigar goes in the corner of his mouth, even though it's a kid's movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was back
Today,
in the day.
they'd be
Today we
taking
got
away his
be a
vape
lollipop
pen
or
away
something,
from him.
yeah.
Not going to do
Put a
that.
popsicle in there. Ice cream cone.
And there's the Pelican.
I like the Pelican.
The Pelican's pretty darn neat.
Yep.
So these are fun
They're
kits.
not bad.
I just, as a kid, it was like, well, there's rat fink.
Yeah.
And you have to say that way because once you build it, it's like, rat fink. I mean, you have to say it with reverence.
Well, it's like me and the Kittle thing. They had knockoff
Yeah.
Kittles too, and they weren't as cute as the real Kittles.
Well, one of the things about it, the rat finks cost more than the knockoffs. The knockoff Kittles cost a fraction what the real Kittles cost. You price them today,
They're the higher
and the
priced
knockoffs,
ones.
it's like $50, $150. The more knockoff-y it is, and the more Oriental knockoff it is, the more collectors want it.
Yep.
Because they're
Oh,
rare
sure.
and they're
And I've
scarce.
actually got one that was a jewelry lily that's from England.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Looks kind of like a jewelry Kittle.
It's a jewelry Kittle, but it's called
but
Jewelry Lily from
those,
England.
Those are much more sought after than the real
I think
thing.
she's the one of a kind. I've never seen her before, and I can't find another one.
Which is why she's so
I paid a lot
collectible,
for
I guess.
Yeah, I've got like the one and only.
Well, anyway, there he is.
Yeah, there it is.
There's Hodad making the scene with a six-pack.
Yeah, I've done a lot of those in my life.
It's easier to say Rat Fink.
Yes. Well, we could shorten him to an acronym. It'd be a lot easier. But
Well, and there was
you guys figured out
Surf
comments.
Fink, you know,
Yeah.
because
Surf Fink.
Ed and Rebel did their surfer.
Right.
Surf Fink. See how easy? Surf Fink.
Yes.
Hodad making the scene with a six-pack.
Yeah. Well, how about six-pack Hodad?
Six-pack Hodad. Or just Hodad.
Six-pack.
Hodad, yeah. Hang 10. Yeah,
Hang 10
whatever.
six-pack.
Six-pack, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyway, there they are. The Campbell. Not
The Campbell collection.
Yes. The Campbell collection from Hawk and later on Testers.
Testers.
I think they were
Something like that.
released under Testers, if I remember right. If you know, put it in the comments. Well, if you haven't been over the channel, pop over to the channel, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And you can get to the channel and or subscribe both by clicking on the blue button.
Right.
Zoink! The blue button.
The blue button.
Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here on Sunday. Probably with some train stuff.
Oh, hey, yes.
You never know. See ya.
We'll see ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.